Hey guys, welcome back.
She's M.
And he's B.
And today we're working our bike helmets because we are going to review the
Peloton.
That's that stationary bike that everybody loves.
But first,
the intro.
Hey guys, welcome back to Fitness Forever TV.
Your source for all things entertainment television.
Where we explore all things health and wellness to help you achieve longevity and vitality.
Wow, double digits, baby.
Yeah, 10th
episode 10, yeah.
So far, so good. Thanks guys for all of your feedback and support and likes. So we couldn't grow without you, and let's keep on growing.
Yes, thank you so much, much appreciated. But you know what we have to do?
We gotta hit the quan.
Hit the quan, babies. Remember that the quans are those quick, actionable nuggets, things that you can take away and do right now. Hit the quan, hit the quan, hit the quan. All right, Melissa, what do you got for us?
Well, my quick actionable nugget for today is strengthen your grip. So many people ask me, how do I get stronger in the gym, Melissa? What should I do? One quick tip that I can offer to you is to focus on your grip strength and increasing that. When you have a better grip strength, hold on to heavier weights, lift heavier weights, get a stronger body. For more information and details on that, you can check out our new Quan playlist.
Right.
So, how about you, Brad?
All right, so my quick actionable nugget, my quan, is barefoot walking. Whenever you get a chance, take off those shoes, shed them, and either walk barefoot or walk just in your socks and create a stronger foot. Again, if you want more information and a couple of different exercises, check out the playlist with our new Quan playlist.
Barefoot.
Yeah. Oh, me too, see?
Yeah. Well, just recently we reviewed the Peloton.
Yes, and it was one of your great clients.
Yes, Robin Mock, a wonderful client of mine, and an avid Peloton user. We just recently went and visited her in her home, and we both got to experience that, and now we're going to share it with you guys. So if you're interested in the Peloton, this is right up your alley.
Well, as we said, we're here with Robin, and Robin has purchased a Peloton and has been riding on it for how long?
Since June.
Since June.
Of 2019.
Awesome. And everybody's heard of Peloton, and I'm sure that with all the marketing that's going on and the Super Bowl ads and all that, what made you decide to get a Peloton?
I got a Peloton after about 10 years of going to a spin studio, and I really enjoyed it. It was a great experience, but this is super convenient having it right here in the house. What I found was that I was spinning more, but also you get more than just the bike in terms of other exercise with it. So there's running, there's meditation, there's yoga, there's strength training, there's boot camp. There's all these things that come with the digital app that comes with this bike. So that was my decision.
So we know that a lot of the people, they'll do the same thing, right? They'll buy a Peloton, they'll think that it's only spinning, and then they'll get all these other things. How much do you use all of it versus just the Peloton?
I probably do 4 classes a week, including the bike.
Oh, really?
Right. I have a day a week. I also train with someone who's in this room. But
That's Melissa.
that would be Melissa.
That's M to all of you.
So yes, so with her schedule, so I train with her, and then I usually do 3 to 4 other things. So I try to do 4 to 5 workouts a week.
Okay.
So I do the bike, I do the treadmill, I do yoga, meditation. So
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
it's actually been more than I thought it would be.
Sweet.
Or queen.
Sweet. No. So how about the ease of use? And would you say that anybody could pretty much get on a class and enjoy it?
Absolutely. I think that Peloton has done a tremendous job of having really good instructors, great access to videos for if someone didn't know what they were doing, how to set up a bike, how to fit the bike to themselves, what to expect. I think they've done a really good job that anyone, beginner or experienced, can get on and be challenged or learn.
So they have whole tutorials on how to set the bike up for you.
Yes.
Well, I wish we could do that with regular bikes, right?
It's true.
So that was my next question, is that you're also are an avid cyclist. And how does that compare between being on a bike and being on the Peloton?
They're very different. To me, they're extremely different. I love to bike outside, but this is, again, it's right here in my house. Don't have to load it up, go to a trail. Biking outside, to me, it's a whole different experience. This bike is very smooth, whereas when you're riding on a bike outside, there's different terrain, different things that are out of your control. This is completely in your control, if that makes any sense.
Okay, so is it just, you're saying it's just a different experience, or are you saying that you prefer the Peloton now over being outside on your bike?
Honestly, if I had the choice, I'd ride outside.
Okay.
I would much rather ride outside. It's a much bigger, all-encompassing experience being outside in nature. But if you can't do that, this is a really great second.
I appreciate you saying that. That's what I would say.
Just the truth.
Yeah, no, but that's great. So can you tell me a little bit about your results?
Sure. My results have been strong. They've been good. I feel like I'm getting stronger. I was actually introduced to Peloton by a good friend of mine that she lost 50 pounds using this bike. And while the weight loss was really impressive, what was impressive to me too was her motivation and the consistency that she put into the workout because of the programs that they offer you, the community that comes behind it. So my results have been great. I've actually dialed it back a bit because I do find that it's making my legs a little beefier than I'd like, but it's making me feel very, very strong and very healthy.
Awesome. Well, what's the new meme out now? It's strong is the new sexy. So don't you worry about those strong legs, Robin. So can you give us some examples of what you mean by the community?
Wow.
Obviously, we can see that there's a trainer there, and you might be able to see, I don't know, can you see some of your other people in class?
Absolutely. So there's a leaderboard that tracks on each class, and there can be hundreds and thousands of people on this leaderboard. And then people can request to follow you. So if you want to, you can get to know people virtually around the world, literally. And I know that my friend is very dialed into Facebook pages and a lot of things that motivate each other, and they'll get into a program together so they know what classes they're taking together at the same times. They high-five each other. So there's a whole community that is really helpful to... I was exercising before. Many people weren't doing anything, and now they have an entire community and a bike.
That sounds great, the motivational factor, which is what we're all about here.
Absolutely.
At Fitness Forever TV with M&B. So, well, thank you so much for sharing it.
Sure.
I love the looks of the bike, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into some other gear, and I'm going to look at it and just get on a ride for a few minutes just to take it from an actual cyclist point of view and see what it feels like. So, be right back. So, what I did is, as you can see, is I'm dressed to try this out. Robin was super nice enough to let me give this a shot. So I'm gonna look on it, and I'm gonna give it to you from a cyclist point of view, from a triathlete, and we'll see what it feels like, okay? It does have regular look pedals, so luckily my road shoes will fit into these things. So we're gonna use Robin's settings and see what it feels like, and then maybe we'll make some adjustments. So again, like I said, the regular look pedals. So my pedals fit right in with that. So super smooth. I have to tell you that this is not like being on a regular bike. And actually, if this was a spin bike, a regular spin bike, and I was riding, this would be my setup as a spin bike, but not as a triathlete. So I will say it's super smooth, and as you can hear, all you're hearing is me, right? So super quiet. So definitely an advantage as being it super quiet, because if you've been in my house while I've been on the trainer, then you realize that trainer, no matter what you've got, is pretty loud. As much as I don't want it to be, it could get loud. Now there's other trainers out there that are quieter, but there's no trainer out there like this. But super smooth. It's got the regular resistance as a regular spin bike, so that is okay. So this is pretty good. I'm going to make some adjustments, and we'll cut over to that, and I'm done with that. So, all right, and we're back. I made some adjustments. It kind of more feels like my bike. It's a little bit more aggressive than I actually would have it. I actually probably raise this a little bit more, but for the time being, it's not bad. It feels pretty close when I'm down in aero. I'm on the base bar, it's pretty close as well. The one thing that it doesn't have is the ability for the bars to go forward and aft. The seat can go forward and aft. The seat can go up and down, and the aero bars can go up and down. But if they were able to go forward and back, that would make it perfect. That's the only drawback. Other than that, it's super, super quiet and smooth. Let's see. They have the scenic routes on here. So let's do, let's go to the French countryside. We're going to start the French countryside, and it says start. So we're going to start there. And okay, so this, you know what's nice on here, so we do have wattage on here. So if you're a cyclist and you train with power, you've got your power meter right on here. So which is really nice because you can actually do power-based, workouts. I have my cadence sitting here as well. There's a 44% resistance rate on here. And there's a speed. So I'm going 20 miles an hour, 21 miles an hour. Okay. So, but as I'm looking down this countryside, man, it looks like you saw in Vegas that Melissa was doing. It looks just like these are photographs. These are not digital images. It's actually like you are traveling down the road. It's pretty cool. So I gotta tell you, if there was a way, if I was just able to get this forward and aft, I would, yeah, I think you could do it just as good for cyclists, because I can actually see my power, and I can do power-based stuff. And the resistance goes up when you're going uphill. Nice, yeah. All right. That is actually pretty cool. So, I would give it a thumbs up. So yeah, I think you could probably, the only drawback is this forward and aft. Other than that, yeah, I think I can increase my cycling threshold and help out with my triathlons using a Peloton. So that's what I got to say. We'll go back to the studio. See you then. I'm gonna get back on. Pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was super cool. I'd never been on the Peloton before, and I'll say that 10-minute ride that I did through Las Vegas, I was sweaty, and I really enjoyed the competition aspect of it because that kind of motivates me. But to see where I was ranked, loved the Peloton. I would highly recommend it personally for your use in exercise.
Yeah, and if you're an avid cycler, another way, just if you need to get a quick ride in, then get on a Peloton. A little smoother than you'd be outside, but on the whole, great workout, great competition. I would go for it.
And also, just real quickly, all the other workouts that are on there that are not bike-based.
Right.
So cool.
Love it.
So if that doesn't keep you motivated, maybe this will.
Right. So recently I had a client that actually ran a 100-mile trail race.
That is 100 miles in a row.
Right.
Wow.
Her name is Keiko. She's in the over 50 age group, we'll just say that. And she started with me about 4 years ago. She started because she was running half marathons and she'd always get injured. Broken ankles, problems with the feet, the whole bit. So she started with me to change her form up. We got her through a half marathon without any injury. Then we got her through to a marathon, and then a 50K, and then a 50 miler, and then she finally said she wanted to do 100 miles.
That's incredible.
Right.
That's incredible. And what was so incredible too about that story and what's so motivating is the fact that, over 50, this is a very lofty goal, you would think, but, anything is possible. I mean, even overcoming injury at the half marathon mark to say, you know what, I'm going to train properly and overcome those injuries and reach a century mark in terms of mileage. That is really great, and you also need a really great coach
Oh,
for when
well,
you do
thank
those
you.
kinds of things.
But the other motivational part of this is that when her first attempt, she made it to 83.
Oh, wow.
Well, there was some rain during the night. She happened to have accidentally pulled a groin as she got stuck in some mud that she couldn't see during the night. even though she's continually went another 17 miles before she talked to me, and we decided that we needed to just call it quits at that point to keep her from injuring it further. During that year that she recouped, she also qualified for Boston in the marathon, and then did another 50 miler, another 50K, took first in her age group. Then she went and did the 100 miler and did it in sub 25 hours.
That's so cool. And that kind of ties into our Quan from last week about accepting failure.
Yeah.
You know, she accepted that, I hate to use that word failure, but, you know, she accepted that loss, but picked herself up and moved on. And like we said earlier, you can now check out a new Quan playlist where we go into in-depth about our quick actionable nuggets. But thank you, Brad, for sharing that wonderful story about your client. And man, you're an awesome coach.
Well,
Your endurance needs right here.
I appreciate it. But speaking of motivation, I just wanted to remind everybody, motivate.fitnessforever.tv, and you can go ahead and give us your favorite motivational quotes, and if we choose it, you get a free Fitness Forever mug.
Yeah.
It's got one of these on it.
Whoa, on a much smaller mug type scale.
Right.
But until then, guys, thank you for watching. Give us your feedback. If you're trying out the Peloton and you have some thoughts about that you'd like to share with those in our community, please do so and continue to share Fitness Forever TV. We want to keep on delivering the things that you want to hear about. So thank you guys for another great episode. We turned 10.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.